Assalamualaikum and good morning to the honorable judges, teachers, and my dear friends. I'm Ungku Halawatul Imaniah binti Ungku Muhammad Fadil. Today, I'm going to tell a story about a special boy named Mamotaro, the fish boy. A long time ago, in a small village in Japan, there lived an elderly childless couple. The old man used to go and cut grass for the farmers around, and while he was gone working, his wife did the housework. One day, the old man went to the hills as usual to cut grass, and the old woman took some clothes to the river to wash. It was nearly summer, and the country was very beautiful to see the fresh greenness surrounding the village. The grass on the banks of the river will look like emerald velvet, and the pussy willows along the edge of the water were shaking out their soft tassel. The old woman at last found a nice spot by the river bank and put her basket down. Then she set to work to wash her clothes. She took them one by one out of the basket and washed them in the river and rubbed them on the stone. The water was as clear as crystal, and she could see the tiny fish swimming at the bottom. As she was busy washing her clothes, a great fish came bumping down the stream. The old woman looked up and saw the giant fish. She was 60 years of age, yet in all her life she had never seen such a big fish as this. "How delicious that fish must be," she said to herself. "I must certainly get it and take it home." The old woman stretched out her arm to try and get it, but it's quite out of her reach. She looked for a stick, but there was no one to be seen, and if she went to look for one, she would lose the fish. Then she began to clap her hand to keep the time to the rolling of the fish downstream, and while she clapped, she said, "Distant water is bitter, the near water is sweet. Pass by the distant water and come into the sweet." As soon as she began to repeat this rhyme, the fish began to come nearer and nearer to the bank where the old woman was standing, till at last it stopped just in front of her, so that she was able to take it up in her hands. The old woman was delighted. She could not go on with her work. So happy and excited was she. So she put all her clothes back in her bamboo basket. She took the fish home. The old woman showed the fish to her husband and placed it against the wall. "Just look at this. Have you ever seen such a large fish as this in all your life?" When the old man looked at the fish, he was greatly astonished and said, "This is indeed the largest fish I have ever seen. Where did you buy it?" "I didn't buy it," answered the old woman. "I found it in the river where I was washing." And she told him the whole story. "I am very glad that you have found it. Let us eat now, because I am hungry." He brought out the knife and placed the fish on the board. When they were about to cut the fish, it's already split into two itself, and clear voice said, "Wait a bit, old man," and out stepped a beautiful little child. The old man and his wife were astonished at what they saw, that they fell to the ground. They were surprised to see a baby coming out of the fish. They decide to name him Momotaro, which means fish boy. The year passed quickly by, and the child grew up to be 15 years old. He was taller and far stronger than any other boys of his own age. He has a handsome face and a heart full of courage. He has a really wise for his year. Momotaro is a good and obedient son. He was loved by all the villagers. One evening, an evil ogre stole the villagers' belongings and destroyed all houses in the village. Nobody dared to stop the ogre. After it left, Momotaro asked for permission from his parents to fight the ogre. Momotaro's mother was worried for him, but she knew she had to let him go. For a long journey, Momotaro prepared him dango to give him strength. Momotaro made his way toward the ogre island. He was determined to defeat the ogre. On the way, Momotaro met a dog, a monkey, and a peasant. They told him that they want to help him fight the ogre. So Momotaro gave them a dango each. They got on a boat and sailed toward the island. When they landed, they saw the ogre sleeping. They fought the ogre. The ogre made his mind to surrender, for he knew that his enemy was stronger than him. He came up humbly to Momotaro and threw down his iron bar. And kneeling down the sign of his surrender. "I am afraid of you," he said meekly. "I cannot stand against you. I will give you all the treasure hidden in this castle if you will spare my life. Momotaro laughed and he said, "You have killed and tortured many people and robbed our village for many years. I won't kill you, but you have to go away from this land forever." Then Momotaro went into all the rooms of the castle and set the prisoner free and gathered all the treasure he found. The old couple's joy was greater than ever as their only son was safe, and the treasure that Momotaro had brought with him home enabled them to live in the peace and plenty to the end of their days. So, my dear friends, it's well worth for the happiness you will have as all things come to those who wait. Thank you.